Hi, Ann Guignon here. Welcome to another episode of Small Talks About Big Thoughts. Today we're going to talk about dysbiosis. And if you've never heard that word, you're going to be seeing it a lot more. And it's going to make perfect sense to you what this is all about. So I'm going to pop off for right now because I don't think you want to look at me through the whole section, but look at this mouth. Oh my gosh. This is a mouth that definitely is in dysbiosis. So what does this really mean? So if you think about the term symbiosis, we've all heard that. It means a really balanced community where organisms are working together to support each other. And in another way to look at it is a symbiotic community could be a community in homeostasis or balance, and that would be applicable to the term health. But when we get into dysbiosis, this is a form of symbiosis, but it's a really sinister, bad news application of the symbiotic approach because dysbiosis refers to a community that's inflamed. In other words, disease. So we have a community where you go from a very diverse community of microbes into the expansion of what are called pathobionts. And I'm going to be talking about pathobionts in more depth in another session. But eventually you get a community that has very reduced diversity and you lose the beneficial microbes. So while the community may be balanced, it is balanced full of microbes that are considered pathogens. So what do we know about periodontal disease? We know, first of all, it requires a susceptible host. And you can just look at this image above. There's a lot of periodontal inflammation there. And when we have a dysbiotic microbial community, it's full of pathogens. So one of my favorite authors about this subject is George Hashangali. He's an absolute phenomenal writer who does an incredible job of explaining all of dysbiosis and all things considered in that area. And what he says in his writing is that the inflammation provides the nutrients so the pathogens can grow and support each other. So he refers to periodontal disease as an inflammophilic community full of pathogens. And in other words, what he says is that inflammation fosters dysbiotic growth. Without inflammation, you're not going to have dysbiosis. And it causes the microbial community to select out for certain pathogens. And two of the most important statements is that dysbiosis and inflammation support each other. It's like, which came first, the chicken or the egg? And finally, the most important statement that he makes in his writing, in my mind, is that the control of inflammation is simply critical. So as we think about inflammation, if you don't control it, you're not going to get rid of disease because you have a constant dysbiotic community that you're fighting. So I think these are very important basic concepts for us to have as we move forward in our progression and understanding of dysbiotic microbial communities, because they are just simply playgrounds for pathogens or party houses for the bad guys. So I want to thank you once again for your time and attention, and I hope this has shed some light on what dysbiosis actually means to us. Most specifically today, I've looked at it from the standpoint of inflammation and periodontal conditions, but I'm also going to be challenging you to think about it in some other ways. So again, thank you for your time and attention. I look forward to seeing you at another session of Small Talks About Big Thoughts. Okay, bye for now.